Utiliko has a built-in enterprise role-based access control system in order to create roles and policies to control permissions for each individual users or a department entirely without having to assign specific permissions to every user. The first thing you want to start off with is go to Utilities, Policies and Roles, and create your policies. For example, we'll go ahead and edit an existing policy. You can see this is the IT support section and they have no permission assigned to anything. We could give them a view access to clients, or we could give them full edit access. We can also drill down specifically in clients, and let's say this IT person does not need access to these 3 pieces of information and they should not be able to edit any client projects. So now they'll be able to view the project. They simply cannot delete it, add comments, or modify that in any fashion. Once you have defined your policy, you'll go ahead and update your policy. Then you go into your roles section and you create your roles. Once you've created a role, you can actually assign multiple policies to an individual role. So for example, this IT support needs access to, let's say, these 3 specific items. Then you create that specific role, and then you'll be able to assign the role to a department or to an individual user. Once we have defined the policy, once you've created your policies and roles, the next step is to go to HR and go to departments. Here you get to create the departments and sub-departments within your organization. You can create as many departments and as many sub-departments as you want. So for example, we have a support department here, and we have a support staff, and we have support supervisors. The reason we have broken these 2 apart is because they have different permissions and roles. For example, if we go ahead and edit here, you can see that they have the support role, but if we go here to the staff, they have 2 specific roles. So anybody assigned to the support staff will automatically assume these 2 roles. And if they're a supervisor, they have support plus accounting. This way you can break down your internal employees. You could even give access to your vendors, outside people, or anyone without compromising your platform and giving them too much access. Once you've created your departments and you've created your sub-departments, you could go to your employee section. You can create a new employee. You would just simply enter their name if they have an employee ID, etc. Phone number, all their information, their email address, and you can see that this employee has been assigned to the paralegals. This employee will automatically assume any roles that has been assigned to that paralegal sub-department. Let's say we want to give this specific user a little bit more access to the platform. Paralegals normally don't have access to, let's say, IT support. We can simply add that in here. So now they're assuming the role of the paralegals plus IT support, and let's say plus sales. And once we update the employee, that permission is now automatically updated for that individual employee. Here in the employee section, you can actually activate and deactivate an employee as well. So if you have somebody who's going to be on an extended leave and you don't want to give them access in that time, you could just simply deactivate them. You also do have the option to delete that employee as well. Let's touch base back on support and drill down a little bit more in support. So there are some employees who need to have more access than just a typical support staff, let's say. What you could do is you could actually assign an individual to a department head. When you assign someone as a department head, they will be able to see the items, tasks, projects, anything that has been assigned to anybody within that department. So in this case, we're assigning John to be the lead department head, and now he has access to all of the tasks or items or anything that has been assigned to all these people. Typically, let's say we create a new task and we assign it to Jackie, and she's part of the support staff. Only Jackie can see that. If John logs in, he will not be able to see it. But because we've assigned John to be the department head in here, he can actually see any task that is assigned to Jackie. We can also have department heads in these sub-departments. So let's say you have a supervisor that controls the entire support department, and you have another person within this specific sub-department that you want to give access to see all of the other people's tasks, projects, etc. You could assign that here. This allows you a lot of flexibility to not have to share that individual task or item or project, whatever it is, with every individual within that platform. Another thing that is worth mentioning, when you go to a task and if you assign a department to it, let's say we create a task and we assign it to our marketing department. If I assign it to everyone, in this case, everybody within that marketing department will be able to see that task. This way, I don't have to assign it and choose each individual user. Let's say if I have 50 users, I can just assign it to everyone and it will automatically be visible for everybody in that marketing department. We hope that this video was useful in explaining to you how the user permissions work within Utiliko.